Alright, I know somebody's going to run into this problem because I've run into it several times over the years. What it is more than likely you're probably trying to put a used motor in or change your motor, whatever, and your motor's obviously bad because you're changing it. And it locks smooth up. This particular one, crazy, it's actually a 90,000 mile Jeep. But what the people have done, I don't know. They've got the valve cover off, they've got the spark plugs out. It's just rusted up. I could probably mess with it and get it to spin over, but I need this transmission and I need that torque converter. So we're going to go through the steps of how to get all this separated. I've got the boards to support the transmission and the cherry picker, and we're just going to have to split these two. But you should probably support the transmission, because if you don't, it's going to fall apart and actually, like, I wouldn't say rearing the bushing in the transmission, but it's not good on it for sure. Pretty common sense. We're just going to take the bolts out. E12, don't mess that up. I got lucky. 5/8 or 16 millimeter. Probably get the job done. A little rusty. So now's the part where you want to be careful and not to damage anything. I personally ain't worried about the aluminum dust shield, so I will start in there and see you can form me a gap. You can see it starting to split right there. Get on the other side. And like I said, just try to keep this all level as you can. Actually, I'm going to get a ratchet strap. Just going to try to support the motor where it'll slide out of there nice and easy. If you look down, you can see the flex plate. You can usually tell what needs to happen. Right now, the front needs to come up a little more. At this point, rotation doesn't matter. It's just up and down. My ratchet strap broke. Wow. Alright. Got a different ratchet strap. Should be getting close. More. Now I'm going to try to get a screwdriver, come in here and catch the flex plate and just kind of pry it apart. I don't know why it's being stubborn. There we go. Still wanting to tilt the wrong way. I didn't have it supported enough. So now you're going to make a mess no matter what happens. Well, I lied. That wasn't too bad. Let me get some room here. Alright, we got the motor. Rule number 1. As tempting as this is, do not do it. There's 4 torque converter bolts. You can get to that one easy, and we're fixing to be able to get to that one easy. Do not take them out. Those are the ones you take out last, and I'll explain as we go. So first thing we need to do is get these dowel pins out, and this aluminum will slide out of the way. I've got a fancy tool to get these out, but odds are you don't, so we're just going to be using vice grips. Let's see if we can get it to break loose first. Alright, so I went and got my fancy tool. This Jeep's rusty. What it is, it goes in there and these little forks spread out. So I don't even think you got to use tools. You can rent this at any parts house store. It's called a blind hole bearing puller. See if we can go to it bottoms out. Now we're just going to tighten it up. Don't even need a tool. Yeah, if you have to get these out with pliers, I've done it before. There's no sense in me standing here for 30 minutes working them out. I mean, if you're changing the motors, you've probably got others. Just hammer these down till they fall out. It's out of there, so I'm gonna take it out of this tool, get some pressure off, and it falls right out. I guess it would make sense. I'm gonna put these on the website if you need them, because they are important, but I doubt you can buy them. Get the other side out. Stuck in the aluminum. You can see this one's stuck in aluminum, so I picked it out, put it on the block. Yeah, that'll work. 5/8 socket. There we go, it's in the socket. Now this is gonna just slide out of your way and gain you lots of space. Not much light, but you can see that one now is easy accessible. There's one hidden right there. That one's super easy. We'll get in with the impact gun, and you can see that one right there. I'm gonna start with that one because we can see it, and then we gotta create some space to get this one back here. Should be able to get on this one with just a regular old 15mm wrench. Yep. Now swap to the open end because you'll get the box end stuck down in there if you keep on going. Can't use a ratchet wrench neither. So now's the part I was talking about. Don't loosen these down here. If you've got little enough hands and everything's lined up, you can sit here and spin these out with your fingers the rest of the way out. But if you had already loosened these and everything moved around, or it's hanging by this one only, you can't do it. So that's why I leave the easy ones for last, and you can just use the impact gun, zip them out of there, and don't let somebody drop the converter. That one's out. Now we got to work on the one that's a little bit harder. So this bolt's buried in there a little tighter. What we're going to do is this one here, it's relatively easy. We're going to go ahead and just knock it out, wrench, whatever you want to use. Because the torque converter is obviously a huge chunk of steel. It won't flex, but this is a flex plate, so it naturally will flex as long as it's not bolted to the solid torque converter. So get all the bolts out we can, and then we can come in like right here or up here with a chisel, maybe even a pry bar. That way we can open up some room to get a wrench in there. I wouldn't stick your finger in there if you didn't have to. So the bolt's right in there. Let's see. Probably go right here. I got a dead blow so it don't spring back on you. That should be it right there. Wrench. Luckily this Jeep's rusty, but that's got it. Let me get it as far as I can. We'll see if we can spin it with a screwdriver. Kind of just catch the edge of it there and keep flicking it around. Usually that'll work, but that bolt's out. I'm gonna wiggle this back out. Shouldn't hurt it. I'm gonna use this in my stroker Jeep, so if you ain't following along, maybe I got a picture of the engine, I'll throw it there. That's actually what this is for. I need it. So now you probably understand why we saved the easy bolt for last. This is all we gotta do. Be sure and hold this. It is heavy. And there we go. Now I got my flywheel, flex plate. So that was just something I run into at my job. I know somebody somewhere is going to watch this because these motors are going bad, but got any ideas? You know what to do, comment, and I'll use those. I write them down, and as they show up, I do the best to help you out. Have a good day.